Well, we're starting all over. That is correct. 4 miles on the odometer of a very familiar odometer. But it's not my truck. This is new. This thing has plastic on it. And, I mean, what's it like having a third generation Tacoma and going to a third generation Tacoma? Just a couple years earlier, newer, I guess I should say. Well, I mean, there's not too much. So, I mean, I guess I could do a video explaining what the differences are between a 2016 Sport and a 2019 Off-Road with kind of the premium package. I could give you kind of the rundown after having looked at it. I mean, the price is a little bit higher. If you can read backwards, there it is. But you know what? In the next video, I'm going to talk about why I ended up in this. And it's because, well, I mean, I guess I give you the cliffhanger version. Dealership dropped my truck. And it may have been just fine, but I didn't want to chance it. So we were at 100,000 miles, well, 98,000 of a 100,000 warranty. Now we're at 4 miles with a 125,000 mile warranty coming up. There are a few things that this truck has that my other truck did not. And we are loaded it up with lots of stuff to install. There's all sorts of stuff to install. Today is install day. I mean, I've got all that stuff is full of things to either organize or install. I mean, there's just lots. The shell has stuff. It is raining outside, but I will do a walk around. However, most of the stuff new, well, there's no hood scoop. And most of the stuff is inside. So if you don't get the premium package, you don't have the auto climate. And the auto climate, man, didn't realize how much I'd missed the auto climate. So a lot of the packages for Toyota don't have auto climate, and it really is a beautiful thing. Especially, you know, you can set it to auto, you can set it to sync. It's dual climate. There are heated seats even, and so auto would just kind of pick its own fan setting, right? So I just turned up the fan, but if I go to auto, then it's like, you need one, because you're around 70 degrees right now. Okay, so this is new, and I love it. And once the remote start gets reinstalled, it's going to be so much nicer. So remote start with auto climate is a much more beautiful thing. Because before you had the levers that's like, well, I'm going to have it on one fan. And, you know, like I'm going to have the dials somewhere around here. And you leave the truck like, oh, it's a little warm, I'm going to turn it down, right? I got it to the part where it's at, I'm going to turn it down. Well, when you wake up and it's something like 45 degrees or colder, you don't want it on cold anymore. You know, after, like you did the night before when you were driving for 4 hours and it was, you know, decently warm in the 70s or 80s, and you wake up, it's in the 30s or 40s, it's not the same experience. So it's way nice. I don't know if the remote start's going to be able to do things like heated seats, but having them now is kind of fun. I'm guessing that's a little bit extra. So, I mean, this button is more or less the same. We've got that's the same. You turn the fan off. Heated seats, obviously, is new. This, I just got out of a Jeep, and you know what? Toyota doesn't have the best entertainment system. I am a little sad that this happened now with the truck before 2020, because I hear you got like Android Auto coming up, and that's going to be so much better than this. And I just got out of a Jeep. I was a Trailhawk, and it had such a bigger display. Like the whole thing, like all of this would have been just playable display instead of buttons, like always there button. So this isn't really display, it's just kind of like a button area. So only this little area is a display, and that's so much smaller than a lot of things out there. Bigger than others. So Now let's go down here. So blind spot, that's new for me. I don't know if 2016 had a package with blind spot and the parking assisting stuff. So that's kind of new. Yeah. I don't know why I wouldn't always have. I mean, it's nice to have blind spot on most of the time. And I mean, I think I'll have parking assist on a lot too. And I got auto windows in the back, but there's a shell back there, so I really don't think I'll almost ever use that. It works fine. And I don't think I'll use this either. So these two, but I'm going to make sure. One of the things when I towed a lot, I didn't use ECT as much. I've watched a lot of videos recently talking about ECT and towing and how it kind of helps to prevent hunting. So I just thought it meant more power, but it helps prevent the transmission from hunting a lot. I did have a transmission problem on the last truck. It doesn't matter anymore. They replaced the transmission under warranty. Not that I own the truck anymore, but from now on, I think I'll be making sure that I use ECT because it will help the transmission from hunting, which I have to assume is going to help the longevity of the transmission. Now, anything change in here? Like nothing. This is the same. Nothing changed in 3 years. Like everything, no new apps, no new. I love buttons and technology and stuff like this. There's nothing. Now I do have JBL, which means the audio, it's better. I can definitely hear some bass, which takes a hit on some storage unit in the back, storage area in the back. But I also love this, where it has two USBs, not just USBs. I don't know if you can see it. 2.1 amp USBs. That's pretty legitimate. And I don't think there's anything underneath there. 2.1, that's nice. This isn't, pretty sure of it, so I don't think I'd ever use that. But I've got a lot of installs coming. Dash mount, I'll install the radar detector. Oh, and of course, all this isn't necessarily new to 2019, but it's new to me from the sport to the off-road. So this isn't new, but rear differential is new, and that's fun because I do lots of off-roading. And then this is pretty cool, but I'm guessing that doesn't come into play until you go into four-wheel drive. So I can hit these buttons just for fun. And then the moonroof, which is new to me. Obviously, well, sunroof. That's not anything new, but it is new to me, so pretty happy about that. And there was supposed to be stuff installed on the. I'm supposed to have some tint. They didn't do that yet. I will make them do that. And it sucks since I was gone for 3 weeks that they didn't get it done in 3 weeks. So synthetic oil. Just looking at what kind it is. Oh, and this thing isn't really sticking on there, isn't it? That's okay. I got it stuck there. Anyway, there's this button is new. So I can't remember. This is like adaptive cruise control, which means that if you're cruising down the highway with cruise control, that it will use radar to slow you down, and this will help you to kind of stay in your lane. We're going to see how good these are. So I think they come pretty standard. Then I have auto high beams is new. I don't think it's auto windshield wipers, which is too bad. I was just in a car in Europe and it had auto windshield wipers, which was fun. Auto, yep, there we go. Auto high beam ready. Turn on high beam to activate. Cool. I think I'll just keep that on. And keep that off because I have a shell, so I don't need that. So anything else?